Divine Mercy Sunday is a special time when God pours out the whole sea of graces. It's worth asking for much. Don't you believe it? Listen.
Wylewam całe morze łask na dusze, które się zbliżą do źródła miłosierdzia mojego.
I pour out a whole sea of graces on souls that approach the fount of my mercy. I clung to these words from the diary of Saint Faustina. Jesus said that on the Feast of Mercy are open all the divine floodgates through which graces flow, that you must ask and all your requests will be heard. When I heard from my cousin that their marriage was falling apart, that there was already a divorce petition and a court application filed, it made me feel, well, let me be honest, not so much sorry for them, but sorry for their children. They have wonderful children. I remember that on the Feast of Mercy, God could give us everything that we ask Him for. I mean, we may receive everything if what we ask for is compatible with His will. I was a student at that time and didn't know much about the Feast of Mercy. I just remembered about this special grace one could receive on that day. I clung to this promise and started asking God to save this marriage, for deep in my heart I knew that God would grant me this grace. I remembered that on the Feast of Mercy that year, I prayed fervently, especially at 3 p.m. Well, it was the hour of mercy. In my prayer, I was just repeating such words: Jesus, save this marriage. Jesus, save this marriage. I trust in you. It was all my prayer. I didn't use any other prayers then, just these simple words. I just kept repeating them all the time. I didn't have to wait long for God's answer. At 7 a.m. the following day, I received a call and heard, "What did you do?" They had no idea that I was praying for their marriage. Actually, I was not at all a very devout person. I replied, "But what's the matter?" "Listen, will you come to us?" "Okay, I will." I came. Some different atmosphere. Since I entered, I immediately felt it. I think to myself, what has happened here? I thought that something bad had happened. What turned out? The husband says, yesterday at 3 p.m., which is at the Feast of Mercy, at the hour of mercy, my wife crushed the computer. I heard a mighty bang upstairs. I ran there thinking to myself, what was going on up there? I saw the crashed computer and started shouting at my wife. What was she thinking? Not only is she wrecking our marriage, she doesn't care about the kids. And on top of that, she is already destroying such expensive equipment. Suddenly, she knelt and said, "Hush, you just forgive me. I'll tell you everything. You just forgive me." The situation and her words softened my heart. So I said, "What's going on?" And this wife of mine, who I actually love, precisely because I shouted at her so much, I just love her because I care about her. She says to me, it was because of the computer that our marriage began to fall apart. I neglected my children, our children. You know, I was betraying you through this computer. And she started talking about various situations that were caused by overusing the internet, that she didn't use it properly. And their marriage was saved. They reconciled. My cousin's husband says, I've managed to forgive her. And they are married to this day. Praise the Lord. Such things happen on the Feast of Mercy.
In Saint Faustina's diary, we read,
On that day, the depths of my mercy are open. I pour out a whole sea of graces on souls. On that day are open all the divine floodgates through which graces flow. Let no soul fear to approach me.
To obtain a grace from God on this day, first of all, one must ask Him with confidence. Let us not be afraid to ask God for much. Let us stand before Him with trust, with confidence that He knows what is best for us and will give us what we really need. For our part, Let us try to do His will and perform the works of mercy. Don't miss the Sea of Graces. Plan today how you will live the Feast of Mercy.